Okay, I
Hello,
think we're
everyone.
going. Yes.
I
So
think
it's
we're
May
live.
30th, 2025. Another podcast between Cause and Chow.
So we are code reviewing.
Yes.
Actually, we are sharing experience about code reviews, and I had an experience. I haven't been for a good part of the week, but I had a story to share. So I successfully merged an MR. And later it came up that I shouldn't have merged that because there was
Oh,
a backwards compatibility issue. In that MR, we basically released, and I won't screen share. There is I'll add a link to the MR. So
yeah.
basically, in that MR, we added both backend and front end changes.
Yeah.
I think it's not private, so I'll share
Oh, is
this
it the
link.
thing that we have to do the front end a milestone after the back end, that thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Paulina. Okay, this is great because Paulina tried to explain to me like multiple times and I don't fully get it. I just
I
know we do that.
Me neither. So yeah, basically we added a backend and front end at the same MR. So we add and I wouldn't be able to quickly find that. So we added a field.
If you
I
go to
think it
the
was for
fragment,
yeah,
you
yeah.
go to the fragment. So,
So
oh,
we
okay,
added
this new
we
thing.
added
Yeah,
this yes this piece,
got
and
it.
it was behind a feature flag. So I checked with and without the feature flag, and it worked fine. And I approved the MR, and I totally ignored that the danger bot actually warned me about that, which I should
Oh,
have
wait.
considered.
Where is
So
it?
yeah,
Oh,
um, so one lesson here
multi-version.
is that yeah, you have to, and I have a link in the doc, so you can easily
Mm.
access the docs on that. So yeah, the idea is that generally, yeah, it means that the backend and frontend code should be shipped in um separate releases. Like
Mm.
because we have the backend, as far as I understand it, might take time to deploy to multiple instances.
Okay.
Uh, it the front end might try to access backend that is still a version before that. So the front
Mm-hmm.
end might release earlier than the back end. And for that, yeah, we request the and don't ask me about the deployment infrastructure. I don't know um, much about that. So yeah, the idea is that we delay the front end changes that are not backwards compatible. So if we are
Mm-hmm.
requesting backend data that is not there, then yeah, we'll get an error. And in this case, yeah, it was visually appealing and not appealing, pleasant. That requested a token introduced in this MR for backend frontend that wasn't
Okay.
there. So yeah, we had to roll that back and delay the front end edition for the
Okay.
next milestone. And yeah, no, thanks to Natalia for highlighting it and to Rado for quickly addressing that. And I
So,
totally missed
oh,
that. Yep.
here's the thing though. I
Yeah.
thought it's okay if it's behind a feature flag.
I think it would be okay unless we have that feature flag enabled on GitLab.com or on customers, I
Oh, so
assume.
this is
So
already enabled.
yeah. So I think if it's a dev feature flag, I think it would be okay, like work in progress one.
Yeah.
But for the for a feature flag, it wouldn't be a good thing to do. Let me check the feature
Oh,
flag definition for this one. Boom, boom, boom. From the check,
right.
and it would be YAML, I guess. It's type whip. Yeah, I don't know.
It so see, I know this because
Yeah, yeah.
because source code is separate, right?
Yep.
Like the back end and front end is separate teams. So for us, I think it's very not easy, but like it's like top of mind because we will always make sure the back end issues go first,
hmm
the
hmm
milestone, and then the front end follows.
hmm hmm
But I always sometimes remember, I thought if it's behind the flag, it's okay. Because like, well, I guess if it's behind the flag, it's an enable. Whoever got it enabled will get into
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, yeah. Might get into
Yeah,
trouble.
okay.
Um,
I see.
I didn't check the feature flag type here, so it could be an excuse, I guess, but I didn't check that. I think that with Weep, we shouldn't have this because it shouldn't be enabled, I think, because I think Weep is only for feature development, so only only developers would have access to this. Let me quickly
Right.
read this through.
But like, it's
Yeah,
not
it needs to be hidden from anyone, so it's not meant to be enabled on the production. But I guess the the fragment wasn't feature flagged.
so my understanding will
hmm
be this whole call is flagged by
hmm
it's flagged, it's behind the feature flag, like the actual call
hmm
of it, or maybe not.
I think it would just
It's
early
just the field.
early return. It would define itself, but I guess it would just return null if the feature is not enabled. So
Right.
so the definition for the schema didn't get updated on some backend instances, and that was causing the error. So if we had somehow the fragment conditioned,
Pass the param and that's based on the feature.
not even having that in the schema, because
Oh,
I
you
think
can't even have in the
schema would be
schema.
validated. We can import
Oh,
different
I see.
fragments based on the feature flag. So I think
Yeah.
in that case it would work. And that
Okay,
would
okay.
allow, I think with the whip flag, I think that would allow releasing at the same time. Yeah.
Interesting. The um I'm gonna say something. Right, because the one that I think maybe the one I saw, what happened is that call, that entire GraphQL call, it's
hmm
behind the flag. So the
Oh
call
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
be, but
yeah.
like in that case with the schema, anyways, moral of the story is we don't do this because it's too
Uh,
complicated to figure out. Just
yeah,
like try not to do it, I guess.
we should be super cautious about that. And it's hard to, to test, verify that, and to how to say that, to guard, to manually, verify that it could cause problems. I think
Right.
the best rule we should use is just, this basic one that yeah, we shouldn't release in the same milestones, backend and front end.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, no, this is something I know, but yeah, no,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure like source code has done it before. That's why
Yeah,
that's why we know.
it's
Is
it's
this yeah,
it's super hard to keep in mind for the AMRs. At least for me, I keep forgetting this. I think it's not the first time that I faced the discussions around that. Um, so yeah, we just should be mindful about this and read the danger bot, actually.
So see,
Yeah,
this is what
yeah,
I'm coming
yeah.
down to.
Mhm.
If you go back to that MR, just how long the danger bot is,
Oh yeah.
it's just I think who I was telling, I was like, it just getting to the point it's too long and people just like, oh, glance over, okay, this is okay, that
And
thing's okay.
and it
Again,
totally did. Yeah.
no, but the thing is, can we make that like, okay, so if you look at that MR, right? Look at the what is in the danger bot from top down.
Yeah, I totally agree with
First is a whole bunch
you.
of first is whole bunch of master status
Yeah.
reported failure.
Yeah.
Feel like if we collapse that list, so it'll take less. So that's one thing we can do. Second, this require changes that requires a review from a database team. See, this one, I don't really think we like need to highlight it because the reviewer ruling will catch it, right? So it
Sorry,
tells you
the
database
database
review.
review. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
look
I
down, I'm
think
pretty sure. Oh, actually, no, it's not there. Okay. See, that one, in my opinion, could be added to the database review and then we can remove it here. So my goal is to, how can we make this like
yeah.
shorter so people can like, same thing with documentation, right? Like just get a MD, just get a doc like sort of assigned already.
Mhm.
Then basically, if you see after that, you will see pipeline failure, multi-version compatibility review, or it will just be much shorter. You know what I mean? I think some of these could be a little bit shorter as well. But yeah, it's
What do you mean by the pipeline failure?
so like go up.
Mhm.
This is the very
Oh yeah,
top.
the master. Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
first, but it
Mhm,
needs to
mhm,
be there because
mhm.
otherwise you like it's really hard to tell. But then the two messages, the
Uh,
two messages,
does it has to be in this message?
but like it could be in like a collapsible list.
Oh, you can write on my screen. This is so awesome.
You know, this
uh,
thing, the triangle, the triangle.
I was thinking that maybe this whole thing, and would it scroll? No, it wouldn't. Um, maybe it would be cool to have checkboxes here and have this as a, as a maintainer's responsibility to check those boxes. Like, for example, was the database reviewer added? And when that they were added, we just check the box, and that's
Right.
considered done. And maybe this box is not important for, you know,
So
for the
that
merge. Like we would just wait for the master to get fixed. And this
so
is only
this
needed to
part,
verify. Yeah, yeah, go.
it's important if the MR is under review, and then there's each time the pipeline run, this get updated.
Mhm.
So like if your pipeline failed, you can see, hey, these are the things that's already failed. Like obviously you can
Yeah.
go to that check, but I use it when I do look at it. So,
When
but like
when
I'm just saying,
when you're a contributor or a maintainer,
an author, yeah.
an author.
Yeah,
I
because
think as a maintainer, if I see a lot of reds, uh, yeah, I
you
guess
just leave.
no, no, I would check if they are related or not, and usually it's not just one, maybe red. So I would have, have understanding by checking them that it's probably not related, so I can
Right.
um I can restart, or I can say that, hey, there's a red master, and I would check master broken. So I guess this is useful for the interaction. I was thinking that maybe we want a separate list for blocking stuff, like stuff that needs to be checked before merging, and stuff that
Mhm.
is information center somehow. So I
No,
guess,
I
yeah.
agree.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's like there's first of all, there's levels of
Yeah.
importance between them. And there's also like Um, yeah, and then it's also for different audience. Like the
Mm,
review, it's
mhm,
important for for the maintainer to know, okay,
mhm,
have this
mhm,
done this
mhm,
review. This it's for like people who are like, the author of the MR or the assignee, sorry. And then there's like a data test selector
mhm,
or
mhm, mhm.
linter.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah,
for
yeah,
the assignee as well.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I
Uh,
like the checkbox idea, but I
mhm.
don't know, like, is that too much?
Yeah, I think we totally ignore the checkboxes here when we create a Mars. Like the one that, where is that? We used to have, I think that I have evaluated the Myanmar against the blah blah blah. You know the checkbox?
Oh, there used to be a box? Oh, no,
I
no,
I,
no.
th
The
I
only
th
checkbox is,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I think it used to be a checkbox. How can I
I see.
clear oh thanks.
They
Yeah.
they used to so like the only checkbox I'm familiar with is the one that
Mhm,
on like backports.
mhm,
There's a specific backports checkboxes.
mhm.
Like the if you roll out an issue, like step by step, step by step. Yeah, but this almost feels like, there's like message you get is called before you set this to auto merge,
Yeah.
blah blah
Um,
blah blah blah. That's where you can put the checkbox.
and I
Uh,
want to go deeper into my because yeah
we don't know what's there.
yeah I think that maybe we could yeah definitely separate them by levels of severity. Maybe we
Uh-huh.
could um separate them, you know, in the separate messages. Maybe we could have checkboxes, but I think checkboxes are, I don't know, step that could be skipped, unless yeah, it's in this section for the merge. But
Right.
I think we don't integrate with that. Mm,
Yeah. It's tough, right? It's just there are so many things to be like
mhm.
taken care of and look at.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
sometimes on good days for me, I like I will um I will actually reply to this message from
Mhm,
DangerBot.
mhm,
It's like,
mhm, mhm,
hi
mhm,
bot.
mhm,
There's no change log because we don't need
mhm, mhm.
one.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
will
yeah.
actually reply,
Hey, it's good for
that's like,
history, I think, that you
yeah,
acknowledge that and yeah, yeah.
like I have read this and,
Mhm,
I have
mhm.
done. But no, this is good. Um,
Yeah, maybe and I think that's not the first time this conversation has been had about danger bot being super noisy. Yeah, maybe we could have a, you know, an issue for this to discuss it further. And we can create a to-do for us. What do you think?
yeah.
So,
Um, Oops, sorry. I will
you
let you
want,
type. No, no, you go.
um, I think an action can be had, and oh no, it tries to insert a variable. I don't want a variable. I want a checkbox. Um, create slash find the issue for the danger bot noisiness. Consider how to say that? Mm, making things that things that needs a check before merge. More obvious. Consider split in. Um, no, how's that? Before Split in out.
That's good.
Um,
You want a checkbox.
oh,
No,
thanks.
no,
How did
everything is checkbox.
it?
Hold on, let me see. Get rid of this.
I know that we can
Checkbox.
insert that.
Go away. It's not in the there. We did it. The
Oh, thank
this
you.
is a thought I just had. So
Hmm.
we talked about, oh, how can we get more people to come to this meeting?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like one of the things we can do is like a side maybe initiative, hear me out,
Hmm.
is have we done any sort of survey asking people, hey, what's the largest, like, what's the most, do you have any pain points of the code review process? Like just overall. And what we can
Hmm.
do is taking those and then look at them and be like, oh, like this could be one of the things people are like, oh, the danger bar is too noisy,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So if we can
Hmm.
gather enough of them, we can almost turn into like if there's no agenda item, we can use this time as more like a working group type of thing. It's not like we're gonna do like not work on the process, but like have a space for those sort of discussions. And if there's a
Yeah,
common pain point,
definitely.
I feel like we should do something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I, I I think I see these meetings as, not only um maybe not even so much as knowledge sharing, because I didn't share any knowledge with you today. I shared more
Yeah.
experience, that I had,
Okay.
and the stumble I had. So I think it's important to yeah, and I'll have your idea to have wider discussion on the downsides. Um, Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
think this
mhm.
meeting was meant for such things. It's just we need other tool for engagement and asking for opinions, maybe.
Yeah, like I don't want to send another survey because we're all like kind of survey fatigue and why not? But I'm like, if we send a survey and be like, hey, like you can talk more about what you wrote there, or we're gonna talk about like we're gonna look at the survey together, like in this meeting. At least there will be like maybe some people will come in and we can like do and we can even use there's a friend and pairing session right after this. We can even like say, for example, we want to do this, like, I don't know, modify some code. We can even do it together there if we're like have nothing going on, like that's what we want to do and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah. But no, it's just a thought. And we can like take some times on like I don't even know how to like set this up, like maybe Google form, just like couple questions, like
and mm, I don't
one
know. It
for
could,
reviewer, one
uh,
for assignee, because that will be different
yeah,
kind of
it could be an issue, with a just free form feedback. Like, what's your
that
experience with
works as
the?
well.
Do you want to make it anonymous, maybe?
Yeah, that's why I was like, does it need to be anonymous?
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
it better to be anonymous? Like what I'm
Mhm,
thinking is you have like assign you have like three sessions. If you're a assignee, you're a reviewer, and you're a maintainer.
mhm.
Because that's three different experience, right? Like I think
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is like either or, right? Like you like
yeah.
you will be either or, but like for like assignee, it's like, oh, as an author, it's like what's the like uh open MR experience,
Mhm,
pushing,
mhm.
uh,
Sh
continue. Yeah,
Shouldn't it be done, by the
that sort
um
of thing.
I, I guess the source code group is kind of related to this, is it? I was worried that I'm overstepping, into
No,
another group.
if there's a group, there's also a group called code review.
All right. Yeah, I just don't want to overstep. I'm sorry for, yeah, for false
No, no,
blaming,
no,
but
that's
yeah,
okay.
I don't want
No,
to
but
overstep,
no, but
on
I think
other
this is
groups.
different though. This is different
Mhm,
though, because
mhm.
I'm looking for a specific GitLab specific experience.
Yeah.
So like things like Roulette, since like some of the things only we do
Mhm, mhm,
versus, well, I think maybe some of these will come up just like, oh, this is like a good features for us to have it. Like we could productize it.
mhm, mhm,
But I
mhm,
think my current idea is I want to sort of know, it's like, okay, we feel like Dangerous is noisy. Like how many people
mhm,
feel
mhm,
that way?
mhm, mhm,
For example, what are some other things I don't like about it? I do not like as a maintainer,
mhm.
there is that pipeline has to be fresh
Yeah.
situation. And then
And
a
you have to
maintainer will
wait
go
for
to
one.
run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't like that.
I thought about that just
And
when
I'm
you
not
said
even a
about forms.
maintainer
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
just saw people
yeah,
miss my
yeah, yeah,
button.
yeah, yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, so like it's like that sort of thing. I think it's like, okay, like we're all smart beings. Like we shouldn't be all
Mhm,
collectively waiting that
mhm,
10
mhm,
seconds
mhm, mhm.
every time,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah. That's what I
Um,
feel like.
let's post it in the MR workshop, asking for
Yeah.
opinions on how people want to run this. And I guess there were already discussions about that, and there
Yeah.
definitely was a discussion how to improve our review processes. Um,
And then
I like the
yesterday,
questionnaire. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
yeah. And then
yeah. Go.
yesterday, I think Joe on Source Code, he had a thought of, every time if you have a lot of back and forth on an MR, you go
Mhm.
back to it, it's really hard to tell where the new comments are,
Yeah,
not the
yeah,
new
yeah,
threads.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
if there's a thread, someone reply, but they
yeah,
resolved it because oh, I just want to let you know I resolved it. You can't,
yeah,
like you have to go through everything. So
yeah,
he was
yeah.
thinking about, oh, maybe it would be cool to have a new common experience. Those are
Just
the type of things.
sorted by time, not the threads ordered. Something.
Well, like the threads you navigate like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think he's
yeah.
thinking about the similar kind of experience, but it's for comments. So it's kind of overlap with threads,
Mhm.
right? Because threads, it's a common. It's a new common,
Yeah,
right? It's a
I-
new series of common.
mhm.
But like the designer definitely need to be involved in it. But like the
Yeah,
thought is we care about threads, but we don't care
yeah.
about comments, just in our unit. And that would be a productized idea, not just our
What
idea.
what do you think if it was grouped by iterations? Like we usually
But then
submit
you get
commits.
into the
Yeah, yeah.
case where, say, for example, I review the first time, I left you one,
Mhm,
two, three, and
mhm,
then you addressed one and two that they are resolved.
mhm,
Three
mhm,
was
mhm,
left.
mhm,
You left a comment for me.
mhm,
I came
mhm.
back. The second review, I comment back on the three. Like, does the three counts at the first or second iteration?
I think if the thread is still open, then it means
You
it's
carry
still in
forward.
the, yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah.
That's something to
See,
discuss with the, yeah.
right? Yeah, isn't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fascinating? I
yeah.
saw that. I was like, oh yeah, like this is, but the thing is, this is going to change a mental model of how we think about code review, right? Because we are now thinking about either iteration, like we're thinking about it in the unit of iterations or comments, or like currently we're talking
Mhm,
about
mhm.
threads.
Yeah, yeah,
But also there's a concept of a review.
yeah.
It's like a whole you can't you open that can of worm, it's all there. But like the thing is, like, it's just
Yeah,
fascinating. Like we should like
yeah.
have these down, right? Like, anyways, that's why I'm like, I want like I'm so bothered by
Mhm.
that run the pipeline takes 10-second thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And when it fails for similar reasons as master did, just retry that, rebase it, run it again. Just do that automatically. I don't have to. You do that manually. It's all open information, and I think we can, we
And
can
just
figure it out.
so so last milestone, I had 9 one-pointer deliverables.
Mhm,
So it's like 9 one-pointer.
mhm,
And one of them is enable a feature flag. And so
mhm,
I was doing testing and I was finding out issues. I turned a flag on a staging, I broke end to end, I was fixing end to end. So that
mhm.
means I had a lot of MR
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
At a certain point, I had like over, I think 12 open with 4 set to merge. I was literally like an air traffic controller.
Mhm, Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard.
it's wild. Like it was,
Orchestration, yeah, it's really
yeah,
hard.
yeah. I think I have a screenshot of the dashboard,
Mhm.
but like if you look, hold on, I think this is also public information. You can find this about me. But like you just to tell, this is
Yeah.
so like all of these was
Mhm,
happening kind of like in like we're in the last week of May. I haven't done much the last 2 weeks. So like in the first 2 weeks,
mhm,
it was I was yeah, was doing just that, right? And it was like I felt it
mhm, mhm,
specifically. But I know it's an edge case. Nobody had that many hours open. Anyway, like all the time that they should think about, I did. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's interesting that it opens a different perspectives on the challenges with the Mars, like the
Yeah.
orchestration or
Okay.
stale MRs, retrying MRs, and that kind of stuff. So, as an action,
Yeah, I'm
do you
doing that.
want to?
I can do that
Or,
code
uh,
review. So and then we can assign this to me. Mhm. Oh, there's someone's name, last name is Chow. I got confused. I was like, who's this?
all right. I'll take this one. I didn't know that there's this feature for
Yeah, it's
assignment.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
tripping though
Mm,
because this is the feedback for Google Docs if you're listening. Um
yeah, yeah,
I always associate with avatar in the document as if that person is there,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like present.
Yeah, the
So
UX is yeah.
yeah, because I built I built the experience before where there's a collaborative editing and
Mm,
then use
mm,
people's
mm, mm,
avatar.
mm, mm.
When I first saw this, I thought it was because, oh, that person is on that item.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was assigned to Andre. And then he was on PTO. I was like, why he's in the document?
Yeah, definitely confusing, and I thought about that too. It's an interesting challenge for Google Docs, but
Yeah.
it's cool that they have that.
It's but it's very cool. Like that loves it. Love the feature.
Yeah.
Just could, anyways. Yeah, I think that's is there anything? Yeah, I think if we start this, we may be onto something. Hopefully there's some folks who will be interested. Like, I mean, oh, here's the thing, that timing. I was gonna say, oh, we can use this meeting next week to we may have to do this async. I am off for 2 weeks.
Mhm, mhm.
So I was like, oh,
I
we
mean,
can do it next
if
week. And I was like, we'll
if
be here.
you just open this Pandora box and you'll get, you get notified
Yeah.
when you're on the PTO, especially when
I
if we create an issue, yeah, that would be a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm gonna
feedback.
create an issue. I'm
Mhm,
gonna
mhm,
drop it in there and be
mhm,
like, okay, just like I think what we're looking for basically is like, okay, do we like do folks think we want a survey like this? And what
mhm,
kind of questions should we include in
mhm,
there? And
mhm.
should it be confidential?
Yeah. Um,
That's it.
I remember we had a questionnaire recently, and I'll try to link that asynchronously,
Yeah.
about the MR review experience. And yeah, we want to, explore what we had before that, and maybe people in the chat would know more about similar questionnaires, what we had, so we could build,
Yeah.
um, a better and maybe more iterative approach, just asking maybe about some particular experience. Anyway, yeah, I think it's a great idea. Let's do that.
Sounds good. Are you doing
Ooh.
accessibility day?
Not yet, in my task, but I just saw the notification and I remember about that and I want to check some issue. Have you started
Yeah.
already?
I am going to do it because this is
Mm.
my last day before PTO.
Yeah, super
So
loaded.
I just need to I need to put up two more backports and then look at some other things. But then yeah, I already got pain of a review, and
Mhm.
then I will see what we can do, what I can do. But hopefully I can get, like last time I was able to get to some, it was good. So
But you
hopefully
started
this time.
early, I think. I think with these hackathons, the trick is to,
I So last time I started the Thursday before because I know I was gonna
right.
log off
Yeah,
early
yeah,
on the
yeah,
Friday.
yeah. Mhm.
And I got like dips of like, oh, I was looking at like a first page where things were like
Yeah,
less
yeah,
complicated.
yeah.
Uh, and I would start investigating them, and then I left some notes, and I was like, I don't think this is a violation. I woke up, Pauline is like, oh yeah, this is totally a violation.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you can have, a conversation before picking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't checked the list. Definitely worth checking out.
Hmm. All right.
Right.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Ciao. Thank
Yes.
you.
I'll see you there.
See you around. Yeah. See